John Paulus here. You're listening to Life's Potluck Buffet. Today's theme is the third thing. Stick around to find out why. I realize cha-cha-cha has three things in it, doesn't it? Cha-cha, two chas plus one. Okay, today's episode is about Worksheet 37, the worksheet associated with Card 37, Third Time is a Charm. And as I talked about in the episode, go check it out earlier on. As I mentioned in the episode about Card 37, this is an exercise or a version of an exercise that I have done with hundreds upon hundreds of people to think about things that we need to do as work in life. And remember, everything you do from when you wake up to when you go to bed is work. And from when you go to bed to when you wake up again, the back of your mind has a full-time job. So thinking about this is basically thinking about everything. Thinking about everything in a really easy way. Now, isn't that nice? So I'm going to go over this worksheet with you in a sec. But first, I want to give you an update on closed captioning. So still spelling my name wrong. Paulus, P-A-U-L-A-S. I figure the more times I say that out loud into the microphone, the more times that the YouTube auto-generated caption machine will pick it up. Although, looking at the video from yesterday, which I had to correct, I realized this hill we are climbing together to get the captions, to get these things right, it might be higher than I expected. Why? Because the auto captions don't know how to spell Meghan Trainor's name. It spells Megan wrong without an H, and it spells trainer like athletic trainer, or for those of you, I think in the UK, trainers, the shoes. In the US, a trainer's a person. I think in the UK, the trainers are shoes. Although, what do you call the people you work out with? If you're in the UK now, hello, I hope you're well. And what do you call a person who does exercises with you? The person. Is it still a trainer? Are there special trainers for trainers? Well, anyway, Meghan Trainor's name, which ends with an O-R, not E-R, was spelled wrong every time. So that makes me think that my name is a long way from being spelled right, because Meghan Trainor is about 10 million times more well known than I am. So that means that the odds of my name being spelled correctly is probably lower. Although I bet Meghan Trainor didn't spend a lot of time, and Meghan Trainor, if you're listening, let me know, saying her name into the microphone and spelling it. So maybe I'll have a workaround there. Also, an even more discouraging note, a couple of times in the closed captioning, Billy Joel's name was Billy Jill. And I don't know if that's, do I sound like I'm saying Billy Jill? If I do, please let me know that as well, because that's a little disturbing if I'm saying Billy Jill. But every time I say Billy Joel, it caught it, except for like 2 times when it said Billy Jill. What is Billy Jill? So Tomorrow Day episode is basically the only result now that you'll get if you put in quotes, treat today as tomorrow. It is the only video available. So that's great, I think. But if you type in Tomorrow Day as one word, which we talked about yesterday, the first result, and rightfully so, I am happy to cede the crown to this result. But the first result is a first grade song for Taylor Prairie 2020 Spring Sing. So wherever Taylor Prairie is, and I guess now it's 3 years later, so those first graders are in 4th grade. Congratulations, that's an excellent song, and check it out. If you type in Tomorrow Day as one word, I think that the first grade song for Taylor Prairie 2020 Spring Day will be your first result. The second result will be the Life's Potluck Buffet episode from yesterday. All right, so let's do this worksheet. I also realized as I was writing yesterday, when I was trying to use the stylus to write, it kind of made me realize that a fact that I know, that a lot of people don't really do cursive script, the loopy form of handwriting. So if you're listening to this and you did not learn cursive in school, let me know, because I realize that I'm doing these worksheets in cursive handwriting. And so I might start to do print writing. So let's go to the worksheet. All right, let's choose a pen color for today. I'm going to use the magenta-ish color. All right. No, do I have a pen here? Yeah, I'm using a pen. Okay. Is it working? Oh no. What's going on? Oh, right. Let me select the pen. There you go. Okay. So here's the worksheet 37. The third time is the charm. And today's theme is the third thing. And we'll explain that in a second. Or if you've heard Card 37's episode, you probably already know. So here we go. Write 3 things that you want to do for yourself or others, then rotate this page upside down. Okay, let's go. Here we go. So I'm going to start with item number 1. Oh, I know what it is. Oh, I'm writing in cursive again. Okay, hold on a sec. I'll also print this. Okay. Oh, you know what? I realized. Well, no. Okay. I guess I could type this. Oh, it's a whole new world. I guess I'll let me just type. Okay. But the typing it's so bland. Okay. We're going back to the handwriting. All right. This time I'm going to do it in print. And I'm going to print it. Oh my gosh. Uh-oh. Trouble. Okay, I will transform this into print. Okay. I feel like my block letters are stuck in, like first grade, because that's where I learned them. Okay, so first one is treasure. All right, what are we going to do for B? I know. Oh, okay, sorry. Let me I'll write it in cursive, and then I'll write it in block letters. I think this is a good compromise, so that both cursive preferring folks and block letter preferring folks can both enjoy this. And then finally, I'm going to say for C. Oh no, too many loops. Yep. Now let me try that again. Now even I can't read this, and it's and I wrote it. Okay, so okay. Oh, I did it again. I'm sorry. I was writing cursive again. Okay, so there are my 3. Treasure, value, pampering, or as you'll recall in French, chou. How long is it going to take me to write this? Chou. Do you remember this from the episode about translation is your enemy? Okay, so there are my 3. Chouchoutage, the French word for pampering, not to be confused with chuchotage, which is the French word for whispering. All right, check out that episode about translation is your enemy from a few days ago. That worksheet number 5, to learn more. Okay, if you haven't seen that already. If you have, thank you. All right, now I'm going to follow the instructions, rotate this page upside down, Here we go. Let's read this. You'll achieve all these things, but know that deep down the third thing is probably your priority. Take turns discussing your answers. So if you're using this with others, which is a great idea, then discuss your answers with others. Since it's just us, I will discuss my answers with you. So I'll start with A. We know that C is the priority, right? But I'm going to start with A just to kind of explain how I kind of was working through this. This is what I find when I do this exercise with people is that like A and B are kind of working through things that you're thinking about right now. Do you remember that episode about mapping your knowledge? It was about the test that the London cab drivers have to take in order to have their license, and it's very difficult. And you have to know like 25,000 streets and be able to like guide the person who's testing you through a route to get from one place to the other that they tell you, sight unseen, like they say, okay, get from here to there, right? Remember that? So in that London knowledge, a treasure map and the idea of the treasure map was really important. The same thing was true for that. Remember I was talking about the safety deposit boxes that had like treasure maps and deeds and things like that. So I think treasure there, I'm thinking about a kind of long-term security stability that I'm seeking for here, and that's financial and has to do with those related things. Okay, so that's, top of my mind, but maybe not the priority here. It doesn't look like it, right? Because C is different. So B is value, and what I'm talking about there, I feel, is delivering value to people. That's something I want for me to do for others, and something that I am striving to do. And so that is also definitely on the top of my mind. For example, the point of these podcasts is to provide something for you that's of value to you that you can use and take away, and will help you get to that next step, or to help you flourish a bit more in your work life. Whatever your goals are, I'm hoping to deliver value for you that helps you with those goals, and that's what I do. So C is pampering, or chuchotage. And I think this is a self-care item. I often, when I do this exercise, I normally have A, B, C, and D. And a lot of times D tends to be the self-care item for people. But when it's something that's really a priority right now for people, they put it at C, as I said. Sometimes it's like an afterthought, which shows you a lot about how people think about this, their work lives. That's something I've learned over the years, is that people often think about things that are for others first, and then they'll think about themselves kind of at the end. It's interesting. It's kind of like that other card about the oxygen mask, right? When do you remember that episode? When we were talking about, put on your oxygen mask first and then help others. That's something that we don't necessarily do too much in this world, where we tend to focus a lot on helping others first, and it's a really nice thing about human beings, and something that I don't think we should give up. But when we then don't take care of ourselves, we can't help others. It's just not a possibility, as we all know from our lives. So I think the reason the word pampering occurred to me is because of the chuchotage incident of a few days ago. And what I'm actually thinking of is something that I've been doing is listening to music, went to a show last night, things that I've done in the past that I really have not been doing for myself, that I feel like I need to do. So I've been noticing I've been doing those things, and those have been my priority. So I don't think it's a coincidence that that's what I wrote here. And that's what I mean in this case by pampering. A spa day would be nice as well. But for now, we've got other forms of pampering. That gives you a sense of the third time is a charm worksheet. Give it a shot yourself. See what you learn. And I hope you enjoy using Worksheet 37. And if you enjoyed this episode, please give it a like. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and thank you if you have. And you can go to lifespotluck.com/worksheets. The link is in the description to sign up for free and then sign in to get these worksheets for free. So you can't beat that deal. Have a great day, and I'll see you next time.